So I've had a few people ask for a tour of our greenhouse. If you're new here, I'm Nikki and I'm on a mission to grow as much food as I can on our suburban block here in the subtropics. Now this greenhouse is technically a shade house, and this is where we raise the majority of our seedlings to plant out into our veggie patch, if we're not direct sowing, of course. So went through and looked at some old footage. I was hoping to have the whole construction, but unfortunately I just have the structure being built. But essentially what it is a cube of weld mesh, which has one supporting beam through the center, and then it is covered in a shade cloth. Everything is attached together with metal C-clips, including the shade cloth itself. It doesn't have a roof, it is just pure shade. It is attached to the fence as well for extra stability, and we have paved the ground just to keep it all level. The shade cloth itself is a 30% shade cloth, and we purchased that from a specialised shade cloth company in Brendale. We have found that the 30% works really well for just being able to plant our seedlings straight into the ground and not having to worry about the seedlings getting cooked. So it does sort of harden off the seedlings as they grow, as well as giving them a bit of protection. So inside here we also have our worm farm, and we also have some hydroponic lettuce growing. And that's pretty much it. I don't use it for a lot of storage of other plants. It's usually either veggie seeds that I'm growing to put in the garden, or it's where indoor plants come to live out their final days as I have killed them. I also have a few plants in here, things that I actually don't know where I'm going to put. So that's usually the only reason why things stay here for a long time, is because I haven't found the space for them yet. We do get a lot of rats in here, and I do believe that they use the rails of the fences as a bit of a highway. So I would like to eventually put some shade cloth. It only goes to where it meets the fence at the top there. I would like to put some shade cloth just to sort of stop the opportunists. I know rats will just chew through anyway, but I'm thinking that that might help with them coming in here when things are really bad. So the sun is in a really terrible position, and as you can see, there is so much glare. It does get a fair bit of sunlight in here. It's not like a full-on shade house. But essentially all I have in here is a bench, which was made from junk from the tip, as well as some old fence palings left over from when we built the fence. I have an IKEA cupboard storage. It's just one of their outdoor ones, and it has worked really well. So essentially I just use this bench for my potting. If you watch my planting videos, you will see this bench. And I have the seedlings that I'm growing here. The one thing that has been an issue this year is because I do have a garden bed on the other side where my chilies are growing, and they're getting quite large. It is sort of blocking that sun, particularly in the cooler months. So I am thinking of putting a shelf up here to be able to store the seedlings. I don't have a cover over the top, so rain does come in, and sometimes that can affect my seedlings when it gets really wet, and I can get problems with that. I am sort of thinking about whether or not I want to put a clear cover over the top, but I'm reluctant because of the heat possibilities, and also it gets quite windy here, so I'm scared that it will just rip off in the wind. So here's also my crack key hydroponic system. I did explain this in my last video, but if you're new, it's just a simple hydroponic system where you fill the reservoir with nutrient water, and that's pretty much it. It's just a black plastic tub. It has the little baskets, which you can get from a hydroponic store, filled with the expanded clay beads, or you can use perlite in that mix. And as the plants grow, they take up the water and the nutrient, and it drains. And usually by the time that the lettuce is all finished, it's done, it's empty. So it's a really good hands-off way to grow lettuce hydroponically. We did move this into a more sunny position last year, and it failed. So having it in the greenhouse has been very much key for the success of this and being so hands-off. I do think if it was in full sun, the water would be heating up a bit more and it wouldn't work as well. So underneath the shelf in here, I do just have some garbage bins. Because the water does come in, I use these just because I know that they are waterproof. So in here I have my organic extra 5-in-1, and in here I just put random stuff that I don't want getting wet. So in there's some garden gloves, some Nature's Way dipple, there's like just things that I don't as well wanting to get UV sun damaged. So things like the spray bottles that I use for doing my milk sprays when I've got powdery mildew, or the eco oil sprays. So I usually put them in there so they're out of the sun and they last a bit longer. So inside the cupboard, which needs some adjustment, I just have all of my trace element things. This isn't actually vermiculite perlite, it's actually the leftover seed raising mix that I've been using. And just all other random things. There's a lot of irrigation things, just random fertilizers that I've been sent, pipe fittings, hose fittings, things like that. I just use these clear storage containers just to keep the moisture out, because this particular cupboard from IKEA, although it's metal, it is not waterproof. The water just comes straight through it. So on the other side we do have our worm farm, which is made of a old bathtub, and we have a hinged lid for it. We've had loads of worm farms in the past, and I always found that I would put them in the wrong position and forget about them and they would cook. So having a permanent structure to cover them has been a game changer with making sure that I keep my worms alive. On this side as well, I do just have a shelf which just stores all of our leftover pots and containers. It's not very strong. It is just pretty much connected to the weld mesh, and I shouldn't put terracotta on it, but it's fine for the plastic pots and it does its job. Under the worm farm, it actually keeps fairly dry. So I do just have my gypsum here, which I do need to go around and put some on all my fruit trees because we have really heavy clay soil. I like to give a little handful of that each year. But I have all my bokashi tubs. We haven't been using them much this year just because I ran out of the microbes that you need to add to them. But yeah, that's pretty much all that is under there. On the other side, I can't get a good shot of it, but it is just all of my spare irrigation pipes that I've just sort of storing in here. So I try to keep all of my garden stuff in here if I can, but alas, I do leave things lying around a lot of the time. Over this side, I've just got more junk, but it's stuff that I will use in summer. So this is a flexi frame, which I will use shortly for my fruit salad tree. So it's basically a sectioned frame that I can make in various different shapes to put an exclusion net over. I've just got some pots down there, and I also always have a watering can in here with a bit of water in it, just so I can quickly water things if I come out and I don't have to go drag the hose in. So while I'm here, I might just check in on my worm farm. It has been a little while. I have just been putting in some newspaper. I haven't been feeding them a great deal, but I do think it's time that I do think they are ready for a harvest. I've tried many different methods with the bathtub harvest, from just doing pocket feeding, but now I've changed to something that you guys actually suggested. It's from another creator and she harvests in sections. So I will tag her. I can't remember what her name is off the top of my head, but I'll put her in the description. But essentially what I do is I harvest from one end and then I move everything up. It helps stopping the system get anaerobic and making sure that there's a bit more aeration in it. And I can sort of see how the worms are going by doing this. I usually only harvest once a month, but it has been a little while, so this is well and truly overdue. So what I do is, if it's quite moist, which it is at the moment, I just pop it in my compost sieve and I just leave it there to dry out. That gives the opportunity for worms to escape back into the farm. And then I move everything down and I create a new little section just for new bedding and fresh food. Then I just cover it back all up. I use a shade cloth. I used to use Hessian bags, which I do think are a lot better, but they ate the Hessian bags and I haven't been able to get one. The chicken food we used to come in Hessian bags, but you can't get that one anymore. I'll leave that compost to sit and dry out, and I'll just use it around the garden. I don't use the leachate at all in my garden. If I do want to make any kind of worm tea, I'll do an actively aerated tea, but sometimes it's a bit of a pain in the butt, so I usually just sprinkle it around the garden and water it in, and that's usually enough to really kick the garden into gear. Anyway, that's a tour of our greenhouse. If you've got any questions, please leave a comment. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.